here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. I know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy, more heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. To us it's a throwback. Losing, we don't know that. Only give them up facts. That's exactly what y'all lack. Always show the people love, so they show us love back. Yeah. And Ben Worthy like 42 on the Lakers.
And once again, it's on. Beloved, we are back. It's the NBA Finals week, and we are, you know who we are. We are the Supreme Team, the one and only. The Politics as Usual NBA podcast where we're covering everything NBA related. No sneakers tonight, though.
None.
We couldn't find them.
Russian.
But we're glad to be on. Missed you last week. A lot went on last week. You know, some people got eliminated. Some people got fired. Some people even got hired. A lot going on in the association, man. But the biggest topic is OKC versus Indiana. And we're so glad. Oh, the executive producers tells me to tell y'all, share, and subscribe. Matter of fact, I'm doing it right now. Get her off my back. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all liking, sharing, and subscribing, because when we blow up, we're going to look at the people who was doing it when we first started and not talk to y'all. Don't get on that list.
He said, because when I blow up, you blow up. Kaboom!
Kaboom! Yeah, man, so we're excited about that. I got my man, as always, with me, Mr. Adam Carter. What's going on, good brother?
What's going on, Jack? I like the new microphone. I didn't know if it was Shad Halliburton or Tony Brown from 105.3. I thought this was
a Power 99.
Tony Brown. All I do is think of you or something, good brother. How you doing?
Here's what's funny. I've been using it for the last 2 weeks as a prop. It's on now. Brandi just turned it on first time. I turned it on.
What's up, good brother?
Man, glad to be on, man. What we got on the docket? What we got?
Let's jump right in, Jack. First and foremost, Jack, not so much of a surprise if you've been paying attention to the NBA season. New York, even though they had kind of a storybook, not the storybook they would want, but had a great season, made a deep run in the Eastern Conference Finals, decided to switch some things up this week, Jack. Today, I guess it was. Tibs is out in New York, Jack, and it's not too much of a surprise if you heard some of the comments of some of the players and commentators over the last couple of months talking about how he plays the starters too many minutes. So not too much of a surprise, Jack.
Yo, it's I think I am, but I'm not. But after I thought he was safe after Big Body Brunson vouched for him at the press conference. He said, "Of course, he's the coach I believe in." I was like, "Oh yeah, they're not gonna go against him." But it seems like it's funny what worked against him. He finally started playing that bench, and they figured out that these guys can play.
Yeah,
and I think that worked. That probably got him axed. But man, he's a it's funny, like in Chicago, he had a smaller point guard, one-man offense with Derrick Rose, ran him to the ground. Yeah. Same thing in Minnesota, ran him to the ground. And you see that happening with Brunson, running him into the ground. Right. And they couldn't outlast the onslaught of the Pacers, man. And I watched that game, man. They turned that when they said, it looked like Rick Carlisle said, okay, let's start running. Cat couldn't get back. Brunson couldn't get, they just couldn't keep up there. Right. And Tibbs, man, I think he's having a hard time adjusting to the way how basketball is played now. But I think it was crazy. They knew he was like that when they got him. And I think this is a call from the manager, Leon Rose, because Leon Rose is a Cat guy. And I would imagine if you would ask Tibbs, he would rather have Hartenstein and that team from last year than Cat. Absolutely. They had no defensive problems last year. They were a fantastic defense. So, but I know that was a call from Leon Rose to get him out of there, and it's wild just to see like another good coach, man, just maybe losing gigs.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. I think it's a testament to this new NBA, Jack. Coach can get a team to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 1999.
That's incredible. In New York. In New York.
In New York. Like, I mean, that speaks to how different this new NBA is, Jack. It's like they got further this year than they did. They had a great season last year. Would they make it to the semifinals last year? Get to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. Progress.
Yes.
Get fired. Now, where New York is under pressure is you have to come in with somebody that at least does what Tibs did, because if not, you want to blow up in your face and you're going to go right back to being the laughing stock of basketball, the way you kind of bit for a couple of years. But I'm hoping that's a job that a lot of people would want. It's a good team, Jack. It's a very good team.
You would think like because we forget that they traded Cat the day before training camp. And maybe Tib was like, okay, you give him another year. We like really work on the bench, work on depth. You bring him up. You say, man, we got to develop the bench. If we're gonna play with the likes of Indiana or Cleveland, we got to have a stronger team. But it's like you don't get rewarded for progress as a coach anymore. Do you know what kind of parade we would throw Nick Nurse if he got us to the conference finals? If just getting past the second round.
He might get a statue.
And we're in the same boat as the Knicks. Ain't won in years, but these coaches have short leashes. Remember, like back in the day, like you could be Jerry Sloan, 50 wins every year. Your job is secure. Rick Adelman with the Trailblazers, those guys wasn't going nowhere. Now they are getting rid of you. And I wonder, remember Bridges said, you playing me too much. You remember Bridges said early in the year, that probably was the first signal that, as you said, it's probably not a surprise. That was the first, play the bench more.
And I don't know, there's probably not any, truth to it, any validity to it, but something that was intriguing that I saw, and it's probably just because of the players on the team, but it's interesting. Jay Wright coming to the NBA and coaching those Nova Knicks. It's enticing. Yes. I think it's a little too many years late for it. Maybe if this was 5 years ago. But if you're New York, do you at least make the phone call and see if he's interested?
Listen, I would. And, it'd be hard for him to leave that cushy gig. And he's, he really loves CBS and working at Villanova. But listen, if you're gonna come back, why not come back with some of your old crew? And it's New York. That's why I couldn't turn it down if I was a coach.
It's New York. Jay Wright coming back and they win their first NBA championship since what? 1970? What? Five? Was it 5 or whatever?
73, I believe. I would hate as a Knicks hater. I would hate every minute of it.
Can you imagine? Amazing. Jack, but
here's what's crazy. Have you saw all that? Like Giannis talked to New York. Like I don't know if Giannis said, but it like who are they gonna give up?
But every year New York's in talks to get a big player, and until they got Brunson, wasn't even this Brunson when he got there. I mean, you figure Cat is probably their biggest, signed or traded for, outside of like Melo in a long time. It's been a long time, Jack. But
I think because of the those aprons and all that, this is the team you got. But when they got Bridges, I thought that was a big price.
Yeah,
they first round picks, so they have no flexibility. And he did not have the best Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
so they're that's a stick. They have a lot going for them. I think you got to switch that offense up because in the playoffs, you cannot rely on Brunson. With that, watching Brunson work.
Absolutely, Jack.
That's improving. So, but if they get a new coach in there, New York, they might go for a name. And I heard people say like Mike Malone, like, dog, it's the same. That's a twin. That's like Tibs' twin. He ain't gonna play them young bulls. He gonna, he gonna ride you. They come from the same school of coaching. But I think if they get one of these young assistants, man, maybe I don't know who's out there, man. I like Taylor Jenkins. I just thought he was in a bad spot.
Yeah, we'll have to
from
keep our eye
Memphis.
on
But
that.
we'll see. Most definitely.
Have to keep our eye on that New York situation, Jack. On from coaching vacancy in the Eastern Conference to a coaching hire in the Western
Yeah.
Conference. Today, there was announced that the Phoenix Suns, Jack, hired Jordan Ott as their new head coach, who was most recently an assistant coach for the Cavaliers. So they're going with a younger coach, and from what I'm seeing, they're saying that the price tag for KD is kind of decreasing, not increasing. So it looks like they're going towards a full rebuild with a new coach, and really looking to move KD this off summer, Jack. But that's a tough spot for this new coach, Jack. He has a lot of work to do there in Phoenix.
Buddy, they ain't got no flexibility. Bradley Beal refuses to leave. This is like unheard of. When you know they don't want you, you stay there. This is insane. It's like
he was better off staying in Washington.
Yo, we found out like he turned out to be a guy who just likes playing basketball and getting money. I don't know if you want to, I don't know if he wants to win.
He should have stayed in DC and ate all the wings with mambo sauce he could stand if he just wants money and play basketball.
Like you're in the way of what they're trying to do.
You're in the way.
And I'm like, this is gonna be hard for KD to stay there. Now everybody knows KD's on the market, so you can't get a good value for him, man. They're gonna get way less than Bridges got and all these other trades. It's just that's a messy situation there, man. The only thing, Booker is still relatively young, but they get a coach every year.
But how long is Booker gonna want to be a part of a rebuild? He was a part of a rebuild his first couple years. Then they rose.
They were horrible.
They got to the top, and they should have left that team alone. You messed with it.
We say it all the time, and nobody says that enough. But we've been saying it when they got rid of Chris Paul.
Yeah,
they should have kept Chris Paul,
the coach.
Durant, Monty.
Why get
Chris
rid of
Paul,
Monty?
Y'all was in the finals.
Unfortunately, Phoenix is kind of they're becoming the new joke of a franchise right now, and it's unfortunate because Jack, at one point in time, we're looking at them the way we're looking at OKC right now. They're right there. They're right there. Next year, they're going to be right there. All that
young talent, like everybody's gone. Remember, they had a Booker, they had Mikal Bridges, and that's what Mikal Bridges was the perfect fit.
Oh my God!
They had that Johnson boy for Brooklyn who could shoot.
Yeah,
that team was great, man. They it's just the impatience of these management is just wild, man. Because they could have been in contention. They was right there with the Bucks.
Yeah, Jack, and like I said, they reminded me a lot back then of our next topic of the OKC Thunder, Jack. Like they were right there, Jack, and I think OKC took a page from Golden State and these type of teams. You develop your young talent. Even Indiana, Jack, they are developing. I mean, you get a piece. You get a piece that fits.
Get a piece.
Main piece. Siakam is a champion, but he's not necessarily a big draw like a Kevin Durant or getting somebody like that. Just a perfect piece.
Perfect piece, man.
Perfect, Jack. Let's go on to the big topic that we got for tonight, Jack. Let's do a preview of the NBA Finals, Jack. I got a couple questions before we really dive in.
We'll say them, Jack.
Is this NBA Finals? Well, to me, I think as a basketball fan, a pure basketball fan, the way that we are, I think this is a finals dream.
Yes, buddy. I'm telling you.
But is it bad for the NBA, these two teams being in the NBA Finals, Jack?
I was thinking for the average fan, they may not tune in. But here's what I thought about somebody, or I would say a casual sports fan who may not even know who Hallie is and SG is. Right. They may not tune in. But for a basketball junkie, there's going to be some great basketball. Even if it's a gentleman's sweep, I think it's going to be close games.
I don't think it's going to be a sweep. And we'll get to our predictions at the end of the segment, but I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I think it's going to be a sweep.
But here's what, the NBA is like, you know what? Amazon already paid us. NBC already paid us. We don't care who watches. The money is already there.
It's tough though, Jack, because we're in a weird spot in the NBA, and the timing couldn't have been any worse to have these two small market teams in the NBA Finals. You got inside the NBA leaving TNT.
Well, I should have put that in the deck. I'm mourning that still.
The NBA is getting accused of not playing defense. Too many 3-pointers. It's just, moving from network to network and going to all these streaming services where you gotta have Tubi to watch the Wizards. You
All-Star game. All-Star game going to be.
You gotta have Tubi to watch the Wizards. You gotta have Prime to watch the Lakers.
That's gonna be driving me crazy next season.
It's just weird timing to have these two teams in the NBA Finals, Jack. So I have mixed feelings about this finals. Like, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait till tomorrow, but I don't know how great it is for the NBA at this moment.
I think it could be a start of something new because I can see OKC being a dynasty.
I can too.
Because one thing I know about them, they know what they're doing in that front office. It dawned on me that Presti, this is what Presti did in his career. He convinced them to draft Manu Ginobili. He went to Seattle, convinced them with the number 2 pick to get Durant, Ibaka, Westbrook, Jeff Green, Harden. Trades for Paul George just can't sleep at night watching both these teams go to the finals. Then they get SGA. With those picks, got Williams, Chet. They know what to do, and they're so good. When these guys, when they can't afford to pay them, they can plug another guy right in. That dude come off the bench for Dirt, that Casey Wallace guy, Dirt leave, he go right to the lineup. So this what can help the league, I think, is this. They're seeing this OKC, the small town. They may have a dynasty, but probably the best guard in the league. So they gotta market it like that. They gotta market it like that. I think that's how I would market it.
Yeah. And Halliburton is putting the world on notice that the Indiana Pacers are serious. Unfortunately, he did not win the Eastern Conference Finals Player of the Year. I felt bad for him.
I was like, that would have been the.
I thought this was a Key and Peele skit. Like I felt so bad for him. He could not believe that they said Pascal Siakam. He couldn't believe it.
It was a 4-5 split too. I'm like, it was crazy. And I was looking at the writers. I didn't know a couple of them. I was like, but
Reggie Miller. I saw Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. I know he was voting for Hallie, but that would have been the ultimate of why he's underrated. And I wrote a story about that when I started watching. I was like, yo, all these players, these anonymous players, ain't done half of what he did.
Nah.
They did what he's going to the finals, man. That's crazy.
And he won a gold medal. Well, you can say what you want. He won a gold medal a couple months ago. You can say what you want. He was on the team.
Got a little bit of burn, but he was in you know what helped him? Being in practice. Watching LeBron, watching Curry, watching Durant, watching Kawhi. He was there for a day and a half. Watching all of them.
6 hours, give or take. 6 hours.
So I'm like, yo, that paid off, man. So the Pacers, that's another smart front office because I remember when they traded Sabonis for Halliburton. I was like, what's going on? Like the Kings, this is a crazy. So remember the Kings were right there with Fox, and we was like, they're the next.
We thought they were going to be the next Golden State Warriors.
Everybody's gone.
Everybody.
And now he was traded from the Kings, and now look at him. And Rick Carlisle, fantastic. And I keep forgetting that he was coaching the Pistons before Larry Brown came and took him to the championship. Yeah, so Carlisle has been a great coach. But to your point, man. Yeah, man. Listen, one of the most biggest upsets too. So he's coming in here. He said, "Dog, I done beat LeBron and Wade and Bosh. You think he's scared of SGA? Not saying it's going to turn out like that, but he beat those three. He beat the Heatles. But But to your point, I think the NBA has to market. This is a good move because Steph ain't there, and Durant and LeBron and Giannis ain't there. But man, we got some young dudes that's coming up that y'all need to know about.
Yeah. Yeah, and in that respect, I think it is good for the NBA. I hope this kind of snowballs into a thing the way you're saying and becomes a thing that maybe next year we see another surprise
And that
team.
means something.
The Orlando Magic or somebody, like, like let them have
a score away, man. They a score away, Orlando. He needs another score.
Some fresh moves to happen in the NBA, and I'm looking forward to that.
You didn't say the Sixers.
I did not. I'm
finally. They gonna have to prove everything to me before I step foot in that gym. I said I can't do it. No, last year messed me up with them.
Last year, like I said, all this season, I didn't go to a game all season. You couldn't pay me to go to a game this season. I wanted no part of see them live.
I said, y'all can Ducky Parker. You can put them tickets up. Oh, I know he ain't get one hit this year. Talking about y'all can go in the front row for 50. No, nobody's going.
Man, yeah, no, we did not say the Sixers, Jack. So when it's all said and done, Jack, let's say a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks from now, when basketball is over, who is our NBA champion and who is our finals MVP?
I think SGA, he caps it off for one of the greatest years. We're going to look back on this year if he wins, which I think I got him in 6. This has been an insane year. All NBA, MVP, scoring champion, Western Conference, he all the hardware.
Yeah.
And did he get the All-Star joint? He better not have got that. That means he got everything. But I think they get him in 6, and it's going to be a competitive 6 because
unfortunately they lost in the in-season tournament. They were there though. They lost to Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. Yeah. That's when I had hope in Milwaukee too. He could have had everything. They the one that and that's when I started to have doubts about them. I said, oh, they're too young.
Yeah,
because they couldn't beat I said Giannis just came but one thing about OKC, they learned quick. When they was in that series with Joker beats any other team, a young team. I don't know. Mike Dagnall I don't know what they doing in that locker room, but they learn quick. They don't make the same mistakes. They got something. I don't know they have an organization down there, dog. And everybody's been trying to, get the team, man. They are a team. And you don't see that a lot, man. And they're not, even though Shea is he don't carry himself like I'm a bigger than y'all superstar. He's just the scorer of the team.
Great leader for that team.
I was trying to find a clip on him for a story I did. And all the clips of OKC have him throwing alleys and passing. It's nothing about him scoring. I know that. I was like, he's the scoring guy, but he's so, it never feels like, oh my God, he's throwing up 40 shots a game. He gets them in the flow, and they mad because they keep fouling him.
He knows how to go to the line.
And one thing, what he's doing, which I wish my boy Ant-Man would do, get a reputation of going to the hole. You know why Jordan got 10 free throws a game? It's going to the hole. You know why Kobe it was going to the hole. It wasn't like Harden. He noticed he never does a fake 3 and try to pump fake you into a 3. It's always him in the paint. He's going to that paint. Yeah, old school. So I got the OKC in a competitive 6-game series.
Yeah, I would like to agree with you, Jack. I do not think that this will be a sweep. I don't think that we'll have many blowouts. I don't think this will be a boring NBA Finals at all. I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised how good and how well coached the Indiana Pacers are, Jack. And it's a great matchup. If you look at the matchups,
oh my goodness,
matchups are they are pretty spot on as far as good players. Chet going up against Turner. You got. I don't think SGA and Halliburton will play each other, but 2 tall guards. Jack, you got defensive stop on both sides.
They got Andrew Nembhard and Dort and the dude that hit all the threes, Neesmith. There was a lot going on, man. And the one thing I think, the only advantage I think that's a clear advantage, I think OKC has better bigs. But then that boy Thomas Bryant hit 3 threes, and I was like, he barely played. I put it in the game.
That was for Uncle Kobe. He said that was for his Uncle Kobe.
Uncle Kobe.
Supersonics and shit.
The Supersonics. That's right.
People forget they were the Supersonics.
The Supersonics. Yo, man, and shout out to the catch for that one, man, because I hope they get a team, because that was that looked like they was loving basketball in Seattle.
Yeah.
Durant's era, Ray Allen, especially the Rain Man and the Glove.
Oh
that gym was buzzing.
Perkins, and man, they had a good team
for years. They always had a good team, but I like them in 6 too. But I just think that's where, because Turner, but with these unpredictable playoffs, he must have had the best playoffs of his life. But I was thinking like Chet and Hartenstein. That's why I think that they had the edge, a big edge. But who knows, man? Who knows? And both of these guys, they gonna play the bench.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both the teams don't get tired,
both teams are well coached, Jack. Well coached. And regardless of what we think, as we're big basketball fans, and we're like, oh, okay, we're excited about it. But let me tell you something. Them folks down there in OKC and them folks down there in Indiana, those are basketball fans, Jack. Those gyms are going to be going crazy. Yes. Especially in OKC, Jack, man. This is going to be fun to watch, Jack.
It's like a college atmosphere. It's like college like the energy, man. And I believe that can really jump across the screen when you watch it, man. Because that's why I was watching, like, when I would watch the pace. That's why what I loved about the Knicks, the energy that was going on.
Absolutely.
Something that, like you watch a Laker game, they so used to winning. They be like, oh, Luka, cool. Boston, cool. But like you get an OKC in there. In Indiana, where basketball is God in Indiana. High school, college, and pro.
I would like to see more of in the NBA. We saw it a lot this year, and I would hope that it starts to happen more in Indiana and OKC for these finals. New York, Melo, Larry Johnson, Patrick Ewing, Detroit, Rip, and Rasheed Wallace, Phillips, all the old players for those teams. Come back, Jack. And I would love to see Durant at this NBA Finals. Westbrook, Rain Man, Gary Payton, and Reggie Miller, and James Rose, and Chris Mullin. I would love to see the old great Rick
man.
Smith. Where's Rick Smith?
Yo, he was at one of them games.
Rick Smith.
I saw him. I saw Rick Smith and Jermaine O'Neal.
Two great players.
And I was like, only Dr. J and Iris, and I know they hated everything they saw this year. Imagine you trying to get Barkley back to a Sixer game this year.
Good luck.
But that's a great point. And that's one thing I wish ownership groups need to do. You bring them old players back and sit them on that front row. Like the Knicks brought everybody back. I said Bernard King,
LA in there. It looked like it was the atmosphere of like a LA Lakers game, Jack. Like that was incredible what the Knicks did.
And they love them so much, the team remembers John Starks, and they remember only player there is missing, and they got to fix that. They got to figure that thing out with Charles Oakley.
Yeah, they got.
He would have walked through. If he'd have walked through that game 6, they might have won that game 6. If he was there, just
he might have yelled at somebody and told him to he'd have yelled something.
He's still trying to fight. That's what he got to slow down on that. You can't be smacking people still. But that's a great point, man. Bring the alumni back, man. Bring them back.
Yeah, Jack. So we will be tuned in tomorrow night at 8:30, right? 8:30 Thursday, 8:30, Jack.
What's another thing I like? It's not going to be a 10 o'clock games because they're all Central Time.
Oh man, Beautiful.
Indiana. I said, yo, man, no West Coast. Oh man, them Lakers, Golden State, they was killing me. Coming on 10 o'clock, not done at 1. Oh no, it's over for that now.
Over for that. What time it is? It's time for my favorite segment of the week, Jack.
Drop it, brother.
Fact Jack stat of the week. This week, we're gonna mix it up a little bit. It's not gonna be stat. It's gonna be stats of the week. I got some NBA Finals stats, Jack. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the franchise with the most NBA Finals appearances is Los Angeles Lakers with 32, Jack.
Everybody said no. I know they lost a lot of them. Jerry West tell you that.
Tell me about it. Player with the most career points in the NBA Finals.
LeBron?
Jerry West.
For real?
Jerry West with 1,679 points in NBA Finals. Jack and
He's
LeBron.
got more points than LeBron James?
He's number 2.
Wow. Anything with a record, you say all the time, I'm all going right to LeBron. It's going to be LeBron or Wilt.
Player with the most points scored in the NBA Finals, Jack.
Is that still another Laker, Elgin Baylor? 61?
Baylor,
He's still there. That's a crazy record, man.
Absolutely.
You hear this knowledge I'm spitting, Brandi?
Yeah, that was pretty good, Jack.
He didn't text me this.
Player with the most three-pointers player with the most three-pointers without a make in the NBA Finals game. Let's see if you can get that one, Jack.
Somebody missed them all?
Missed them all. NBA Finals, 1994.
How many did they take?
11.
How many misses?
11. He missed 11.
Was that John Starks?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Harden. Oh, Harden was John Starks. John Starks missed 11 threes in 1994? Yo, teams wasn't taking 10 threes back then. Yo, that blue. I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday. I was like, yo, they should have yanked him, man.
He was jacking, right? Back then, we talking about in 2024.
11 threes?
11 threes and missed them all, Jack. In a game 7 at that.
Oh, my God.
Last one. Who has the highest scoring average in the NBA Finals, and what is it?
It got to be Jordan. 30.
At what? How much?
31.
41.
Jordan averaged
41 his 93.
He was killing Barkley.
Yeah,
he was killing. Yo, he was Dan Marley. Oh, barbecue chicken. He was oh my. See that when I look back, I said they had no wing for Jordan.
No.
There you go. 40 point. Like he wasn't. Dan Marley gonna keep up with
Dan Marley, and you know who they was bringing in for Dan Marley?
Who?
Danny Ainge.
Forgot, Jordan was killing him. 40 points.
Killing him.
They had no athletic. Yeah, they had him. Who? Only when they had KJ, but he wasn't gonna stick Jordan.
Right.
They didn't have an athletic too.
Cedric Sabalas. You had to put somebody on him. They not.
He probably was trying to guard Pippen.
Frank Johnson on Michael Jordan.
Or what's my man that you going into crazy now? Elliot Perry with those socks.
Yeah, Elliot Perry
put that 40 again. He was
Dumas. What was my man's name? Dumas.
Oh man,
he was Richard Dumas. He was good, Jack.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but
when we was kids.
Oh man, he was flying through the air, man. They had me think he was the next Dr. J. Oliver Miller, R.I.P. He was humongous.
Oliver Miller.
He was humongous.
And they had what was their backup center? Johnson.
Oh, hold up. What's his name? I can see him. 41. I can see his name. Oh my God.
Irvin Johnson. He was Irvin Johnson too, wasn't he?
Yeah, I remember Irvin Johnson.
Was it Irvin Johnson too? I think he was Irvin Johnson as well.
Yo, but here's how good Barkley was. Because those guys that we just named, none of those guys are superstars. No. He was just an upgrade from Philly. Look how good he was. Just an upgrade. It was an upgrade. But Kevin Johnson was very good. Injury prone though. Couldn't stay healthy. But man, Jordan was. I remember yo.
Absolutely.
Yo, that's the craziest fact in the world. Danny Ainge was the sub.
Yo, crazy, right?
Dunking all on them dudes, man.
In the 90s, after he did what he did in the 80s for the Celtics, right? When they were winning championships. Crazy.
Wow.
And just like that, Jack, that is a wrap for episode 24 this season, Jack. It is time for some shout outs. Jack, who you shouting out this week?
I want to shout out I don't even know his name. What's his name? The high school kid is playing USA for Coatesville.
We're gonna have joint shout outs today, Jack. It's Colton Hiller, Jack. I'm shouting out. We'll do it together, Jack.
Let's do it.
We'll do Coatesville basketball, Jack. I was gonna say Colton for last, but
those pictures, man, I couldn't believe it, man.
We're supporting Coatesville basketball today. I got a message for you. I ran into Tootie down at Dash Summer League. He said, "How come you guys didn't invite me back?" He said,
"No,
what? Ratings low."
Stand him.
So he wants to come back. So shout out,
man. We gonna get him on, man.
Absolutely. And shout out to, man, these young boys this summer, man, are playing, man. Shout out to little Larry Brown.
Yes, little Larry Brown.
He played
he's he's so much better than his father. It's not even a shame.
6'9". I ain't say it. I ain't said 6'9". Listen, shout out to little Larry, Jack. He had a great off season so far. He was playing in the league, played in the All-Star game down in Philly. Just I think it was last weekend. So shout out to him. Shout out to the young boy Jonas. I've seen him in a couple clips. That's Chester.
Yes,
Jonas Chester. And then last but not least, Jack. Like you said, Colton Hiller, Jack. We haven't seen anything like this in Coatesville, Jack. Made it to the USA. Not only did he get invited, but how did they find you? How did they find you?
I don't know how this works. I gotta look into this.
Have you watched the game? I've watched the last two games. I stayed up late on the other day, and then the other game came on at 7:30.
Yo, I didn't even know I could watch them. Where you watch them at?
It's on the third game is on right now. As a matter of fact, you go to it's on YouTube, USA Basketball FIBA, and it's live.
Got it.
But don't look forward to being able to understand anything they're saying. It's in Mexico, so they're speaking Spanish. But 16 points last night, Jack. I mean, he's putting on for Coatesville, Jack.
At NOI, man, he about to NOI at the depth. Jack. I gotta get tight with him. And Larry Brown's son. Larry Brown. I didn't mean what I just said.
Shout out to Six as well. Shout out
Lorenzo.
While you guys are not doing anything tonight, you should head on over to Tibs.shop and get yourself some politics as usual merch. Look at those t-shirts, Jack.
Man, one day I'm gonna get me one. One day. Yo, I saw you Sunday. You still ain't give it to me.
Oh, listen, Brandi, I don't know if he told you I ran up on him at Walmart. See, I could have got him. He caught him slipping. He wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, I was slipping, falling. Gotta get up.
Head on over to K3Ts.shop and get your politics as usual.
Look at that.
Got all different colored t-shirts, Jack. Yeah, we got winter hats. We got dad hats. Got hoodies. Look at that. Beanies. So different colored hats.
Support the brand.
Oh, I like that fatigues one, Jack. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So head on over there and get some merch. Shout out to the good folks at K3Ts.shop. Shout out to Tibs.
Yo, but I need something smart.
Go on over to K3Ts.shop and get yourself some politics as usual merch, Jack. Sixers and 8.
Follow us.
Came here to take over the game. Yeah. Still. I know what's going on. Yeah. It's still politics as usual. Life looking beautiful. Talking real heavy, more heavy than the usual. Shook the whole world up. That type of motion new to you. To us, it's a throwback. Losing, we don't know.